My goal with this slide is to break down the business as simple as possible in the next two slides. So slide number one is going to be vetting leads. So say you come to me and you say, hey, Matt, I need help with this deal. Or you say, hey, local investor that's in your neighborhood, I need help with this deal. They're going to ask you more or less this series of questions. There's three different types of leads that you're going to run into in this business. A mobile home that's in a park, mobile home that's affixed to land, and mobile home that needs to be removed from someone's property. Now, all three buckets, like every single lead is going to fit into one of those three buckets. Here in Arizona, we have age-restricted mobile home parks. Depending on what state you're in, you might not have a lot of age-restricted parks, but essentially an age-restricted park is you have to be 55 years or older to live within the community. Now, they do allow a certain percentage to be under 55, but just to keep it simple, we'll call it 55 plus park. And then there's family parks, which are very common throughout the entire United States. We'll call it 50% of the parks here in Arizona are family parks. The other 50% are age restricted. Mobile homes affixed to land. Now, this is a mobile home that's going to get treated like real estate. It is affixed to the property and it's treated like real estate. You're going to comp the property and the land in the mobile home similar to how you would comp a real estate deal. Now, we're going to go over some of the questions that you're going to ask the seller, but there's a lot of different factors that are going to play into the actual comp of the property, such as the age of the home, the size of the home, for example, the size of the property are going to have a huge impact on the resale value. But it's going to get comp similar to similar to a single family house. Then you have mobile homes that need to be removed. So a common situation that I run into is mobile home was sitting on someone's property, someone passes away, someone inherits the land, someone inherits the home. Or maybe, dad's mobile home was sitting on someone's property, he passes, kid inherits the home, and mobile home has to get removed. Another common one that we run into here in Arizona is, someone buys 5 acres of land out in Buckeye, Arizona. They don't want the mobile home. They want to build their dream house. Well, they had to buy the land, which had a mobile home on it. So they'll contact you, say, hey, we need this mobile home off. So those are sort of the three different types of leads. Now, within those three different types of leads, you're going to have different motivation levels. We are dealing, like I said previously, we are only dealing with motivated sellers. Now, if they're not looking to sell within the next 30, 60 days, you're going to want to put them into a follow-up system in your CRM. Now, I know a place where you can find a good CRM, and Bryce might have some input on that, but I would definitely start with Bryce's CRM. That's going to be a really good place to potentially put someone into a drip system, follow-up system if they're not ready to sell right away. Now, sometimes you'll run into a lead where, they're 4 or 5 months out, but when they are ready to sell, it's going to be a smoking deal. So that's one that's easy to remember. But just in general, having a follow-up system, you won't let leads fall through the cracks. Questions to ask sellers. So you get a lead, it's in one of these three places, and you come to a more experienced investor. These are the questions that I'm going to ask you, and these are the questions that you should be asking the seller. Where is your home located? And they're going to either tell you it's in a park, it's affixed to land, it comes with the land, or hey, I don't want the mobile home anymore, you got to pull it off my land. The year of the mobile home. The year is very important. Like I mentioned earlier, depending on your buying criteria, for example, I'll buy anything. So even if it's 1976 or older, I'll buy it if it's in a good mobile home park. But if it's on someone's property and it's 1976 or older, there's not a lot of stuff that you can do with that home. So the age is going to be very important. Now, if someone's asking $50,000 and it's a 1971 mobile home, they're unrealistic. We're not going to waste our time with this lead. Now, if it's a 2022 mobile home and they're asking $50,000, hey, this could be a smoking deal. So location, year, size, meaning if it's a single wide, double wide. Even within, single wides, you're going to have different sizes. You're going to have a 14 by 70, which is a large trailer, but then you'll also run into some 12 by 35s. So you have to ask the follow-up questions as far as, the size. Okay, what are the dimensions? How many bedrooms and bathrooms do you have? What's the condition of the mobile home? Now, what I learned very early on is everyone's definition of condition is very different. The first time I walked into a 1972 mobile home that had a hole in the roof, and they had described it as good, and a 2000 model, what I realized is before I actually go on an appointment, I make sure to get pictures. However, these are just some of the first questions that we're answering just to see if we're even going to be interested in the mobile home. And then, like I said previously, we're going to try to gauge their motivation level. We're going to see if this person's even motivated to sell, or if they're just putting feelers out, or if they're just getting quotes or getting ideas and we're calling around. We want to be dealing with people that are looking to sell today. We're in the business to make money. We don't want to be wasting our time with people that we don't think that we can make money with. So, and then, we're going to ask some more follow-up questions like, is there a lien on the mobile home? Is it a clean title? If there is a lien, do you have the lien release, or how much is owed on the mobile home? So those are more or less some of the basic questions that you're going to want to ask, especially if you're a newer investor and you're going to try to find a JV partner or a more experienced partner. This is probably where I would start asking these questions, just so that way you can sort of see what you're working with.